Hi, my name's Morven Gordon-Duff and I'm the Principal Dentist and the Practice Owner at the Devon Dental Centre in Huntly. Today I'm going to talk to you about the sugar content of various soft drinks, and I'll tell you which ones are the best for you from a dental point of view as well as from a general health point of view, and I'll also recommend to you which drinks you should be avoiding at all costs. So I'm going to start by telling you about the worst offenders. These are the most sugary ones, and it won't come as a shock for you to find out that Monster energy drink, Red Bull and Coke, they all contain 11 grams of sugar per 100 mils. So that means that this can contains 55 grams of sugar, which is the equivalent of about 11 teaspoons of sugar. And then these two cans here both contain 40 grams or about 8 teaspoons of sugar. So I know it won't shock you to find out that those drinks are all terrible for your teeth, but it probably will shock you when I tell you that this carton of innocent mango smoothie also contains about 11 grams of sugar per 100 mils, which means it's just as sugary as this can of fizzy juice. Now, I know you wouldn't dream of giving your child this can of Coke or Red Bull, but you would be forgiven for giving them this carton of innocent mango smoothie, especially when it's advertising itself as having a blend of crushed fruit, pure juices, no added sugar. It contains 2 portions of fruit, 7 different types of fruit. It's a source of vitamin C. It tastes good, does good, and 10% of its profits go to charity. I mean, they've made that sound so appealing, you'd be really forgiven for wanting to buy it and give it to your child, as it also sounds like it's really good for you, particularly as they're saying it contains one of your portions of a 5 a day. However, from a dental and a general health point of view, it's just crammed full of sugar. Remember, it's got just as much sugar as this has got. So the easy rule of thumb is to remember that although fresh fruit does contain sugar, but as long as the fruit stays fresh, the sugar won't harm your teeth. But as soon as you dry the fruit or blend it, blitz it, juice it, puree it or cook it, then that good sugar breaks down into bad sugar, making it really, really bad for your teeth. The same thing applies for homemade smoothies. So we recommend avoid innocent smoothies, not just innocent smoothies, but all smoothies, homemade or shop bought, at all costs. And I want you to start thinking of them as being just as sugary as these high energy drinks. Now, next up, we've got apple juice and orange juice. Okay, and again, these are both really sugary, coming in at 10.5 grams of sugar per 100 mils. So again, these aren't much better than the energy drinks that I just showed you. Also, because these fruit juices are very, very acidic, they'll not only rot your teeth, but they will also dissolve your teeth. So again, I would recommend avoiding fruit juices if you can. Then we've got the milks. So we've got strawberry milk and I've got chocolate milk. Now, would you be shocked if I told you that both of these are really high in sugar, coming in at about 9.5 grams per 100 mils? But would you be shocked if I told you the strawberry one is actually more sugary than the chocolate one? Again, you'd be forgiven for thinking that the chocolate one would be worse than the strawberry one, but it's just not the case. So again, I would be recommending that although milk is good for you, avoid the flavoured ones like these ones because they're just full of sugar. Now, I know that your child is unlikely to drink this caramel latte, but I've included it just to highlight how much sugar it contains. It's pretty well got the same as the energy drinks. Often with these iced coffees, they contain really, really sugary syrup. So again, I would try and avoid them or have a plain coffee. Then we've got Lucozade. Now, Lucozade was historically just as sugary as Coke or Red Bull would have been, but they've changed the formula and they've added in artificial sweeteners. So now it's got much less sugar. It's got about 4.5 grams of sugar per 100 mils, which is about a third of the amount of the other fizzy juices. So this bottle would have about 20 grams of sugar. What's even more interesting, and I want you to think of this really carefully, is that Lucozade has actually got the same amount of sugar in it per milk as milk does per 100 mils, 4.5 grams of sugar per 100 mils. However, milk is an essential part of our diet because it contains calcium, and children need about 700 to 1300 milligrams of calcium per day to help them gain strong bones and teeth. Because it does contain sugar though, we do recommend that you give your child milk with a meal or with a snack. Don't just give them a bottle or a sippy cup of milk and let them sip on it all day, because that would mean that their teeth are being constantly bathed in sugar. So I'll stress again, it's really super important that your child is getting enough calcium in a day, and they'll easily achieve that if you give them milk in their cereal, a yogurt, a slice of cheese and a glass of milk each day. But I want you to think of it as being just as sugary as Lucozade. Now, drinks like, we've got Capri Sun, Fruit Shoots, Ribena Mango, Mac B. They've all got next to no sugar. These are really, really low in sugar, so these would all be fine to give to your children. I give them to mine, okay, because as a treat. Water, it won't shock you, is totally sugar-free. So this is the one drink that you can give your child safely without ever worrying it's going to damage their teeth. It's a really good idea to give your child water, just plain water as their main drink, so that they grow up getting used to the taste of the plain water. And finally, we've got the diet drinks, like things like Diet Iron Brew, the Iron Brew Extra or Diet Coke. These drinks are sugar-free, but they're also carbonated, which means that they're very, very acidic. So they won't rot your teeth, they'll not make you have holes in your teeth, but they will erode them or dissolve your teeth away and make them very, very thin, make the enamel very thin. So be very careful with how much fizzy drinks that you have, even the diet ones. So to summarise, I would be suggesting that you avoid smoothies, avoid fruit juices because they've got just as much sugar in them as energy drinks do. Also, avoid flavoured milks. Plain milk is fine. Make sure your child is drinking at least 1 glass of milk a day with a meal or with a snack, and aim to give them plain water or juice because that's sugar-free. And if you're not sure how much sugar the bottle contains, just turn the label round and look and see for carbohydrates, of which sugars, and try and choose a drink that contains less than 4 grams per 100 mils, and ideally no grams. If you'd like to know any more about looking after your teeth, then please visit our website www.devondentalcentre.com, or you can call us on 01466 794 089 or email us at info@devondentalcentre.com.